Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough, Pokemon Gold. So, our team is starting to take a little bit of a different shape. I actually deposited our starter, Totodile turned into Feraligatr, and I shoved him in the box so we could have a shiny red Gyarados on the team. I know some of you guys have had some thoughts on that, and I don't blame you. I just really wanted to mix it up, and this is the first time I've done a Pokemon playthrough where I didn't actually keep the starter. I plan on kind of going in a different direction anyway, because Gyarados is not going to be the final Pokemon on our team. You'll see how that goes soon enough. But today, in this episode, we are going to be taking on Pryce, the gym leader here. Let's see, what does it say for the sign out here? Does it just say Mahogany Town Pokemon Gym Leader Pryce? The teacher of winter's harshness. Okay, so I assume we would be good with Growlithe up front. I mean, our team is pretty good, and well, let's be honest here. I've over-leveled far too much. I didn't realize that all the gym leaders in the Johto region were so low level. I mean, they're all so weak. Everybody's in the 20s and 30s. It's really weird. But I guess it makes sense considering we have 16 total gyms. But anyway, Growlithe should be enough to take all this down, I think. There's a lot of trainers in this gym, so we're going to go through this little puzzle with the ice on the floor. We're going to beat Pryce and all that stuff, and then we'll worry about some other things a little bit later. But let's focus on the task at hand, shall we? I want all the experience that we can get. Let's do it. Pryce is a veteran who has trained Pokemon for some 50 years. He's said to be good at freezing opponents with ice-type moves. That means you should melt him with your burning ambition. Check out my parallel turn. Sure, sounds good, girl. I got you. Let's do it. Pokemon battle, not the other thing. I like how there's a skier on skis in the middle of a gym surrounded by ice and other various platforms. It's just kind of funny how, like, there's not really any snow here. And even not only that, too, like, the surrounding area of Mahogany is also not, like, in a winter tundra. Like, the whole thing just seems so silly. Okay, level advantage 7 plus an elemental advantage of fire. Dugong is water and ice, though, so it might not take a lot of damage here, but if it hits us with a water attack, we're going to go down. Yeah, didn't even bring it out of the green. Hitting it again will put it in the red, but if it hits us with a water attack, he could one-shot us if he really wanted to. I've never really been a big fan of Dugong. Never had it on my team, I don't think, ever in the history of my time in Pokemon, but I've always respected it. I just always thought it was a dope Pokemon. Oh, come on. Trash move. Yeah, full health. Yeah, whatevs. This will be our 7th gym badge, as it were. Is he gonna wake up? Nope, still asleep. I like how round over round it doesn't regain health. If rest continued to make its health go up, that would be really annoying. Snorlax is probably the most obnoxious Pokemon with it because Snore and, like, I don't know. He wakes up and then immediately goes right back to sleep and heals up again. I don't know. He just isn't. He's a master of being a lazy piece of crap. All right. Decent amount of experience here. Again, Growlithe is going to be sticking on the team probably throughout the majority of the playthrough. And I think by the time we get to level 50, he'll learn Flamethrower and then he'll be ready to evolve. I've decided I'm not going to evolve him into Marcanine until we're up there. No, you made me wipe out. I probably am going to grind him up to level 50 before we get to the Elite Four, and then I might have him take a back seat. Because we're going to have a heck of a time once we get to region number 2. It's going to be, yeah, once we get to Kanto, it's going to be very tough. I'll freeze your Pokemon so you can't do a thing. Because we're going to need to have all the help that we can get. Once we get to Trainer Red over in Kanto, he's going to kick the crap out of us at our current state. Border, Ronald wants to battle. All right. I'm not going to waste any. Well, let's see. Ember. Yeah, Ember and Flame Wheel probably do the same amount of damage, but the animation for Flame Wheel's super cool. Ah, see, it's the exact same percentage of damage that we did against Dugong. And Dugong was level 28. Also, you're going to see me do this weird mouth thing. I got my new Invisalign thing, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but I feel like you're going to notice my mouth doing it. And part of the piece that molds around the back of like my molars is like tilted out, and it's like digging into my cheek, and it's like put this cut in there, and it is like so sore. And this is also like really tight. My jaw has just been running through it the past few days, and man, oh, it's weird. I've always kind of liked when you're that like sort of pressure and like the shifting of the teeth. I kind of liked that discomfort, but not when it cuts into your cheek. I don't know, maybe part of it is just knowing that my teeth are going to be in a good shape. Just imagine the quality of my YouTube videos once I finally have that award-winning smile. Yeah, whatever. But you know what's funny though? So this is, okay, let me let you in on like a little secret. Growing up, I was very self-conscious about my teeth. And it was partially because I don't want to get too personal, and I don't want to say any specifics. I had an adult figure in my life who was supposed to be a guardian, someone that you can trust, someone that should be looking after you. And I had someone who did not do that and constantly made fun of my teeth, constantly like hurt my feelings. This is an adult, mind you, while I was in grade school. And I had gotten teased a couple times when I was really young about my teeth, and I expressed this to this adult guardian. And this person, instead of supporting me and helping me like get through it, teased me about it, made fun of me about it, like said I had gopher teeth. And I don't know, it really bugged me a lot as a kid, and into my adult years, it didn't get any better. And I don't know, that just kind of sticks with you. And so I've been self-conscious about my teeth ever since I started doing YouTube. And YouTube has this truly wonderful feature where you can block certain keywords from any comments. So when I first started YouTube a long time ago, so the past 3 years, a little over 3 years, I've been doing YouTube every single day. But earlier than that, when I first got a YouTube account, I put in a bunch of settings for keywords that I didn't want people to, that it would flag their comment for my approval. And one of them was just comments about my teeth. And I was really worried that people were going to like tease me about my teeth because I was just self-conscious. Now, at the same time, like, your world does not revolve around me. You probably couldn't care less about my teeth. Maybe you didn't even notice anything about it. Most people wouldn't. Most people aren't that cruel. I've found that people on YouTube, as a small channel so far right now, they've been very supportive. But I know that there's a certain level of toxicity that'll come as the channel grows. To get to Pryce, our gym leader, you need to think before you skate. And as the channel grows and gets more exposure, that increases the likelihood of running into more toxic people. And so I always thought about that if the channel grew, that there was going to be people that were just going to be mean. And I found that there are really nasty people out there online, but usually it has to do with things like politics or race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, like those sorts of things. I find that the nastiest people go after those hot topics, mainly because it gets a big reaction out of people. You usually don't tease about like the teeth or something. Maybe you do, I just don't see it. But throughout my time on YouTube, I've not had that many negative comments. I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 comments that really stuck with me. And the funny thing is, you know what's weird about this? So I'm not going to go into specifics about this either because I don't think it's necessary, but I did get one nasty comment several months back, and I am like 84% sure that the person that left that comment was this adult guardian. That I am pretty sure this adult guardian from my childhood made a YouTube account for the purpose of like insulting me, because the way that they had said something in a really nasty comment was something that this person would say to me in real life, and no one else spoke to me in that same terminology. So I was like, as soon as I read it, I'm like, this is that person. And then they deleted their own comment very shortly after, because they're an adult and they probably were like, oh, like that was really stupid or really cringy of me to like go on this channel and like leave a comment. And they probably got drunk and then took the comment down. This gym has a slippery floor. It's fun, isn't it? But hey, we're not playing games here. And so I think that they had a little bit too much alcohol, left a comment, and then sobered up and took it down. But I always sensed it was them. I can't prove it. They could deny it, and I'll never be able to prove it. But it's just the way that certain words were used and how the comment was phrased and how nasty it was. I was like, I've heard this. I read it out loud, or I read it in my head, but I could hear that person's voice when I read it, so I knew it was them. Anyway, all that stuff said. So very clear, I've got a hang up about my teeth because of reasons, previously stated. And But I will say that while I was very self-conscious about like my teeth as a whole, I have never once gotten a nasty comment about my teeth. I have never once gotten a nasty comment about like any sort of like portion of my appearance or anything that made me insecure. Nothing like that. No one has ever said anything like that to me. Now, granted, I point this out now, so if somewhere down the line, someone who wants to be nasty is watching this video and they see this, it opens me up for the opportunity for someone to be nasty because I'm sensitive to it. I get that, whatever. But I'm being transparent and vulnerable for a reason. I'm just opening it up because I figured, you know, the more you guys know about me, the more interesting the content becomes. But anyway, so all that. So not one person has ever said anything nasty about my teeth. And I've always really appreciated that people have never gone that route. I know Pryce's secret. But anyway, even though I've been self-conscious about that, because like I'm sitting here in front of a camera, you guys, like I'm talking to you, I'm playing games and this is all like, you know, silliness and whatever, but like I'm talking to you, I'm being open with you, I'm being transparent with you, and I have thousands, over 2,000 videos on YouTube. So there's a lot of exposure there, vulnerability there. And if you guys wanted to be mean, you could have. So these are things obviously that I think about, that I concern myself with. Luckily, I've been fortunate enough to not have been harassed in that way. But what I will say is this: I am no longer worried about my teeth. Even though I'm still wearing Invisalign, like, I am not self-conscious. There's nothing you could say about my teeth that would hurt me anymore, because my teeth have moved and they've shifted into a smile that I'm proud of. It's just not perfect yet, and I figure Invisalign's expensive as hell. So like, I'm gonna wear this and I'm gonna keep doing it until it's exactly how I want it. The one thing that sucks about Invisalign though, aside from like the plastic cuts, is like you're not supposed to drink like coffee and tea with it in, because some of that sort of darker liquid can settle into the like the retainer or the set, whatever you want to call it, and it causes your teeth to stain. And I brush my teeth and I floss like a crazy person. But I can't give up like caffeine and darker beverages and stuff like that. So like my teeth are a little bit stained around like these little, they put like, so this is how they do it. They put these little plastic tabs on your teeth instead of like, you know how braces, it's just like that little bolted thing on each one of the teeth and then a wire that goes across, and they just like crank it to tighten it up and shape the teeth that way. Well, with this, there's a sort of similarity in that they put little tabs on your teeth, but instead of one little bolt across like each one of the teeth, they put multiple tabs on the teeth that need it, or one gets one tab or two tabs, or maybe even none. And then they put the plastic Invisalign material like over it, and then they like sort of melt it to your teeth to form it, and then you like pop it off and pop it on, but like it snaps into those little things. So you can see like these little divots and stuff in here. Some teeth have nothing on it, and some teeth have like one and then two here. This one has nothing, this one has nothing, this one has one here, this one has one here, etc. And so I've noticed that like around the tabs is where it starts to get a little bit stained. So there is some discoloration, but I'm not worried about that. Like, whatever. Can't really tell that much, and I'm gonna get my teeth bleached as soon as I'm done with all this stuff. But if you've been watching my YouTube for a while, you may have actually noticed like I had it this straight down here was like where I was really, really self-conscious, because it was like one of the teeth where it was pushed in. It was like, so my teeth are like this now, perfectly lined, but before it was like this. So like these two teeth had somehow like pushed this one behind it. It was like that, but now it's like this. And because it was like that in some earlier YouTube videos, like if you go back 3 years or earlier, you'll see this tooth pushed back, and it created like a sort of a dark spot. Like the lighting of the way I have it in my recording space here comes down on my teeth in a certain way, where it was like white, shadow, white. You could still see that I had like a tooth here, but it looked really weird. And every time I looked up and I was like checking like the recording software and making sure that everything was looking okay, I was looking at my tooth and I'm like, God, it just drives me crazy. I hate it. But it looks good now. Like it actually looks good. Like I have no complaints about it. I'm just looking, did I miss any trainers? I think we got them all. Yeah, okay, so we got everybody. I just gotta remember how to get there. Did I just go all the way around in circle? Damn it. I actually gotta think about this now. But anyway, you know, that was just a thing that I had to deal with as a kid and as an adult, and that was just not a fun time, man. I couldn't imagine being an adult in someone's life and like teasing them that way, you know. It's just horrible, horrible stuff. Damn it, I know this is so much easier than I'm making it out to be, but I can't remember the trick. Let's see, let me go backwards. So I think... Okay, so I need to get to that tab. Okay. I need to get onto that plate. There it is. Okay, cool. Pokemon have many experiences in their lives, just like we do. I, too, have seen and suffered much in my life. I sound like Master Splinter right now, whatever. Since I am your elder, let me show you what I mean. I have been with Pokemon since before you were born. I do not lose easily. I, Pryce, the Winter Trainer, shall demonstrate my power. It would be nice if, like, as a Winter Trainer, he was surrounded by, like, snow and mountains and stuff. I think Pokemon Platinum did that, like, the best. Leader Pryce wants to battle. They, like, had really, really great design work in that. Pokemon Platinum is, like, one of the best games ever made. Pokemon Gold is my favorite. Pokemon Emerald is my second favorite. Pokemon Platinum, I think, is the best Pokemon game that's ever been made. Well, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver are a little bit different because those are like so fan servicey, but they're amazing as well. It's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe Heart Gold and Soul Silver are better, but Platinum is just brilliant design. I always wished that Game Freak had taken Platinum and turned like a sort of sprite-based MMO based off of sort of like the Platinum artwork. Imagine Platinum setting and the graphics and the visuals and everything, all the mechanics, all the quality of life changes, everything that it has, but imagine every region designed that way. Imagine creating your own character that way, and something like ongoing. I don't know. As soon as the games went into 3D, it sucked. I wasn't a fan of Black and White, just because Black and White got rid of like pretty much most of my favorite Pokemon, which sucked. I wasn't able to have the teams that I wanted in Black and White, so that was a huge disappointment for me. But also, I didn't like the main character. Like, I just thought he looked so goofy. All the playable characters look great to me, the female and male characters, except for Black and White. I never got into Black and White 2 either. I think Sun and Moon would have been fantastic if they were designed sort of after like a like Platinum. Imagine Sun and Moon and Platinum visuals, graphics and stuff. That would be excellent. That'd be so good. So freaking good. Oh, a boy can dream. Anyway, though, yeah, just that whole conversation about the teeth was it's weird. That's one of the few things in my life. I just want to wrap this up. It's one of the few things in my life where I was self-conscious about something, and I triumphed over it. Which, again, triumphed over it just means like I no longer have it as an issue. But let me be clear, I didn't really do anything to earn it. Like, I mean, I guess like I worked for the money that paid for my Invisalign, but it's not like I did this work myself. So I've always had like a sense of satisfaction for things that I've accomplished on my own, but like I don't know if I consider this accomplishment. But it is a self-conscious thing that I don't have any sort of issue about anymore. Like, you couldn't say anything about my teeth that would like hurt my feelings. It used to be that way, but not anymore. I still have my own insecurities and stuff, we all do, but that's one that I was able to remove from my life, and I don't know, it feels good to say that. So that's like, what, one insecurity down, 397,842 to go type of thing, but that's one less I gotta worry about. Yeah, you doubled down, you sucked, baby, you went down. Alright, Leader Pryce was defeated. Splendid. Ah, I am impressed by your prowess. With your strong will, I know you'll overcome all life's obstacles. You are worthy of this badge. Cool. Oh, I gotta make sure that I put that down here. The Glacier badge, baby. Alright, that's 7 badges. Bing! That badge will raise the special stats of Pokemon. It also lets your Pokemon use Whirlpool to get across real whirlpools. And this is a gift from me. I will need this because we're going to get our Horsey soon, and I'm going to use this shiny Gyarados as a means of trying to get a shiny Horsey and then have a shiny Kingdra. My goal is to do that before we get to Gym 8. That TM contains Icy Wind. It inflicts damage and lowers speed. It demonstrates the harshness of winter. Alright, so we'll worry about all that stuff a little bit later, I suppose, but for now... Can I get out of here? Yeah. Let's go heal up. Alright. Oh, what do we got here? Mark, how are things going? I called because something weird is happening with the radio broadcasts. They were talking about Team Rocket. Mark, do you know anything about it? Maybe Team Rocket has returned. No, that just can't be true. Sorry to bug you. Take care. Okay, so we did fix it. Okay, good. So Professor Elm had called us earlier due to some file corruption that I had caused by doing some tweaking. But it looks like it's worked out. Okay, so we can deal with Team Rocket a little bit later. I'll worry about that another time though, because we're going to go to Whirlpool Islands. We're going to get our Horsey and then deal with all that. And then we also need to get Lugia, and like, man, there's a lot going on with that too. But anyway, thank you guys for hearing me out about this topic. I know it wasn't really related to Pokemon, but you guys seem to like it when I talk about my own personal life experiences, and I don't know. It makes me feel good that you guys actually care to hear that. So, but if at any point it ever seems like too much, if at any point I cross the line, you're just like, dude, shut up and play the game. Like, I don't want to hear you talk about, like, you know, your childhood traumas or whatever. If that ever becomes a thing that you don't want to hear anymore about, leave it in the comments. I'll take it in consideration. If I get enough about it, I will address it, and then we'll stop completely. Because, like, I know you guys are here for gameplay, but I've always had the mindset, and even more so recently as the community has started to build and I'm starting to get more specific feedback on what you guys like and what you want to see. But I've always been of the belief that when you're watching a playthrough, a let's play, a walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, like, I'm not there with you, and I like to sort of treat it like we're hanging out. Like, I like having conversations like you're right beside me and I'm talking and I'm not listening to you because, like, obviously I can't hear you. But you guys leave comments, so I guess there's that. But, like, I don't know. The Let's Plays for me, in my experience, have sort of been hit or miss with a lot of high-profile, bigger YouTube personalities, because there's a lot of, like, over-the-top, like, disingenuous, like, conversation and energy, and it just seems like, dude, you just had, like, 14 Red Bulls and then started recording and decided to be loud and obnoxious. It's like, you're not a good YouTuber because you're loud. You're not a good YouTuber when you yell. And so I just wanted to be real. I wanted to be genuine. I wanted to talk about, you know, things in my life while we're playing a game that brings me joy. Maybe it's also because this game brings me so much joy that I can talk about something that brought me, like, pain and then brought me joy by playing the game and talking to you guys, and then it sort of, like, washes out. But nonetheless, whatever, you can't hurt me about my teeth anymore, so there's that. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Pokemon Gold. We will continue with more tomorrow as we do. If you did enjoy this episode, though, please hit the like button and show your love. If you have any feedback about anything we talked about, anything we didn't talk about, just things you want to see, don't want to see, whatever, leave it in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I do reply to all initial comments, so if you want your voice to be heard, trust me, it will be. I will reply to you. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, did I say that already? Yeah, subscribe. Be part of the Marcanine community. And if you really want to be part of the community, go ahead and take a look in the description box. There's some links there. There will be links down in the description box that'll be of interest to you. One of which will take you to the Marcanine community Discord server. I am very active in there. So if you want to participate in, like, actual conversations with me back and forth, that's the greatest place to do that, because I'm very active. The community is growing. I'm starting to see a lot of people, like, chatting with each other and talking about certain things, Pokemon related, not Pokemon related. And that brings me a lot of joy. So if you want to bring me joy, come be part of the Discord server and say hi. There's also a link in the description box to geekoutpost.com, which is an entertainment media blog I own, operate, run, manage, design, and write for. It's a decent place to stay up to date on gaming news, reviews, and rumors, that type of thing. Entertainment news as well. I write for the website, and I do a lot of that on my own. I don't really have a lot of people participating in the website anymore. It's pretty much just me. But I don't know, there's some stuff in there that I cover, some opinions on topics and whatnot. So if you're interested in more of my thoughts written out in the written form, go take a look at that. Otherwise, that is a wrap on this episode of Playthrough, and I hope to see you when we continue with more Pokemon Gold. All right, guys, that's it for me. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time.